Thank you for facilitating this PD. This video is just a walkthrough of how I envision this PD going, how I would run this PD. Feel free to add or take away things depending on your timing. Our vision is for them to spend at least 40 minutes doing their planning in their 6-week guided reading section in the long-term plans. I'm just going to walk through the slideshow of how I would do it. Um, and this will be aligned with the stamped out one pager that I have provided you as well. Please feel free to reach out to me at all if you want me to zoom in, if you want me to FaceTime. I should be available as long as Elida is not screaming crying. All right, here we go. So, teachers will come in and sit with their co-teacher. You'll begin by just launching the PD, introducing that this PD is all about focusing on their guided reading long-term planning. You can also note that we talk about step data analysis, which is what they did when they were doing their long-term planning. They were diving into their step data. A tagline is not missing a step because we are really intentionally looking at those students that did not step today and making sure that we catch them in this window. Obviously, don't need to spend a lot of time on this slide, just want to give you the rationale of what the basis of this PD is going to be about. Your icebreaker is going to be first them going to think about a student who didn't step the last window that blew them away this window. Then they're going to find someone on a different grade team and they're going to share out those students with each other. I've slated 2 share outs. Feel free to do more, do less. Blocking out 5 minutes for this icebreaker because, again, we want to be intentional and make sure that they have as much work time as possible. Here are some norms. You can have them just review them and move on, have them stamp in one. Just stress that they will be using their tech. However, they don't need it open until the work time. As you know, sometimes we have tech open and it means engagement falls through. So just give yourselves back that and make sure that all technology is closed. Here's our rationale for today. We want students, or we want teachers, not students. We want teachers to be walking out of this PD with identifying students who did not step, those targeted skills that deterred them from not stepping. Then they're going to work in those long-term plans, specifically in the 6-week plan, and intentionally putting how they're going to focus on it and what independent work they're going to use. By the end, their exit ticket, they need to move those plans into the folder. Next, you're going to do some overall K through 2 step data. You're first going to start with the celebration side of it. You're going to celebrate how many students stepped in each grade. You can do a reflection on the slide, or you can move on. Totally up to you. Tension, more work time independently. Then you're going to do the flip side of looking at the overall data of the on and above target. As you can see, all of our grades are below 50% of the on target or above. This is your transition slide. This is your slide that you are transitioning into why we're doing the work we're doing today. So you're going to move on and say, now that we've looked at this data and we see that we have many students that we need to push the dial for. You've already completed the step data analysis. Now we're going to focus on those students that we need to get the next window. So they've done the data analysis. Now today they're going to refine those guided reading plans, the 6-week section. During the independent work, this is what they're going to do. They're going to identify those students who did not step. They're going to identify the components that deterred them from achieving. Then they're going to revisit those long-term plans they've completed and specifically plan this information. Again, identify the students by name, literally within the plan, the targeted skills, how they will be addressed during teacher group, what will independent work look like for those students, and how will you track them. You can talk about the step progress monitoring tool. There's not enough time to go into how to use it during this PD, so don't spend too much time on it. And then before they leave, they need to get those plans into that folder. Last slide, 5 minutes reflections. They're going to reflect on these questions. What was the most missed skill discovered? What is an independent work activity students will work on? They don't need to share all of them, they're just sharing one. And how will they progress monitor? And then just a simple reminder of guided reading plans must be shared with manager and moved in the folder. And then new groups start on Monday. If you want me to put an example in this PowerPoint, let me know. I can put something together. But this in a nutshell is how I envision this. Again, I want to slate 40 minutes for that independent work. I think a good tip and trick is to show teachers that they should use the component breakdown to find um, skills. That might be the easiest. But again, just let me know. And thank you again. I appreciate both of you.